Has there been an update on the Platinum Pool investigation? Compensation packages given out to the community, but no word on the general feedback. And is Corvus on the chopping block for a slight nerf? Hello everybody and welcome to your Friday edition of Marvel Contest of Champions news, and this one is spicy. It's so spicy, in fact, I'm in the jungle for some reason. Yeah, using a green screen. Magical, isn't it? Yes, in this edition we're going to be focusing on a lot of stuff like the compensation packages, where we stand with the general feedback, not to mention the fact of an update on the Chinese message, which was in Wednesday's news edition. Thanks to the people in the comment section that translated, and as well those that got involved with that particular little story. But before we delve into that story, I want to give a massive thank you to my current patrons, YouTube members and Twitch subs. And as well, if you have an Amazon Prime account and want to give a free Twitch sub, I don't know why I'm speaking like this, but you can do by following the on-screen instructions, man. You can give, you can give a free Twitch sub. It's really helpful if you can. Also, those that have a Twitch sub, if you can remember to renew, that'd be very handy as well. Thank you very much. I'll be live streaming on Twitch tonight, so come on by. Do your Twitch Prime then, do your Twitch sub then, and say hello. Hey, I haven't forgotten you, loyal viewer that comes by and has time to view the video, to hit the like button, subscribe, and getting involved with the comment section down below. I thank you from the bottom of my dark soul. God, what is wrong with me today? I haven't even had a coffee yet. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need lots of caffeine, because otherwise I'm weird as heck. Okay, now onto a variant 2.2.2 global node bug. So this particular bug is associated with something where you get an unstoppable and an indestructible buff for the likes of Dormammu and Thanos in 2.2.2 of variant. So here's the thing, when it comes to that, people are saying that, well, back in March that you were getting like one or the other. An example of which can be seen on screen at the moment. Now, all of which went quiet, but it turns out that it's been quiet, but nothing's been done. Like whether or not this is a bug that was meant to be dealt with this player saying that he's tried it out and it's not working at all. And to go a little bit further on the matter, this actually seems like it is actually mastery specific as a bug. Who knew changing your masteries could actually mess up stuff when it comes to champion interaction? And also this is to do with the pacify mastery apparently. But it looks like this has been taken to the game team in order to be looked at. But yeah, I thought this was really weird that this bug hasn't been addressed in such a long time. And as well, like how this was specifically seen and tested with it being, wow, mastery specific. Who knew that that could be really a thing with this? Obviously it happens with most games when it comes to like consistency of different things and interactions. But yeah, crazy to think that a mastery could change the way that this kind of like global node interacts. And the last micro story before we get into the juicy news is this one here. I absolutely love this. This is a little kind of like drawing or a bit of like artistry information when it comes to these ships of the bosses in Marvel Contest of Champions. Gabriel Frazera posted this yesterday and I love this. I absolutely love this. Especially because it goes into details about like size comparisons on things when it comes to like the standard plane size compared with the size of what the collector's ship is. And as well like the main crystal room of the collector. Just the look and appearance of what Kabam have designed from this. And you know, it's just so cool to see. Who knew that this could be a 5,000 foot ship? But still, like I said, it's incredibly impressive. This is the Ghost Orchard, and I hope to see more of these in the future. Hey, do you remember that Chinese message from the other day? You know, Wednesday, when we said, okay, this Chinese message which has been about last year, and now it's this year. But what does it really mean? What does it really say to us? Well, thankfully, a lot of players in the comment section did let us know what it indeed was. Now, there were many of you that did actually put it, so thank you very much to those. I grabbed the first one that I saw, which was from Dub230, so shout out to yourself, saying the Chinese message says, please follow MCC, a Chinese social media platform. Wait, Weeboo? I don't know, every time I say it, it sounds like Weeaboo, but it's not Weeaboo, that's something completely different. Weibo. Now, someone indeed responds on the forum with that information. Obviously, the version that we saw was a little bit kind of like just condensed, but obviously it's the same thing. Just follow on Weibo, Weeboo, whatever it is. Next up, and suspicions are there when it comes to this, well, investigation. It has been very quiet for the last, I'd say, 5 days when it comes to these transmissions, this information about, you know, what riddle that Platinum Pool is trying to tell us. Or is he trying to tell us? Or instructing us to do something? Either way, it's just weird. Then a while DNA 3000 appears and makes us all look like, well, that we've missed out something. I can't believe I've missed this out as well. DNA 3000 points out that there's a hashtag blessed, hashtag winning, hashtag goals, hashtag no filter, and hashtag no excuses. Going on further to say, I'm not a social media god, but some of those I recognize as common platform tags. Hashtag no filter sounds like it's describing Deadpool's personality, but it's also an Instagram tag, denoting the photo isn't using an Instagram processing filter. Maybe it's coincidence that there's 5, split myself into 5, but the message also talks about making friends. Friends also social media thing. I did a cursory search on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube, and Tumblr for posts with all 5 tags, and nothing interesting seemed to come up. If anything, but maybe there's someone out there that can make something interesting out of this, assuming it means anything at all. Now again, this might be something where everyone's going like, well, there doesn't actually seem to be anything to this, and maybe this is Platinum Pool actually being like a bit of a troll, and maybe that is the case. I think with a lot of dark times at MCOC at the moment, having something that is taking a lot of people's mind off, and as well having something associated with a game, can't be a bad thing. With the limited amount of days remaining, and as well the fact that there's not been a post in a little while from Platinum Pool, it probably maybe nothing actually, you know. Be a bit annoying, but I guess it's what happens nowadays. Oh, I've just thought of a good idea. Marvel Contest of Champions furlough rewards, in that you don't actually have to play, but you get the rewards for not playing. I think it's a genius idea. I think it's great, folks. Absolutely great. We're going to put it in place. It's going to be fantastic. You're going to love it. So the fact is, we've got some compensation, basically saying we apologize for unexpected maintenance this month. This problem caused several issues across the battle realm, but should now be resolved. Compensation for this issue has been attached in this message below. And it does seem to be like a nice splattering of stuff. Some freebies here and there. I think that revives the health potions, because those are 10k health potions, not the piddly ones that are a lot lesser. The free ones that you get, you know, from doing Winter Soldier in Realm of Legends. So yeah, the energy refills, nice. 1,000 6-star shards, nice. 2,005, yeah, nice. Tier 5 basic. Obviously this is progression based, untitledage based. Obviously that compensation package was against all the kind of stuff that went wrong with AQ. Many people saying to me, Rich, well again, the timer side of things, it doesn't really affect the problems when, you know, trying to finish an AQ, which was affected. And would it have been a wiser idea to kind of reduce down timers to 30 minutes, which I can't remember if they did or didn't, but that was something that would be a greater asset for, I don't know, this kind of stuff. And as well, the downtime when it comes to maintenance. Yes, we've had some down days that have been kind of segments that have gone down. So therefore grinds in certain arenas has been dramatically affected. But you're right, it doesn't affect this up here and the general feedback, which does need to be answered. A lot of players' aspirations, inspirations, motivations, and everything else really depends on Kabam's answering the post on the general feedback, which hopefully will come in the next 48 hours, because it's been 2 weeks and we can't wait any longer. The general feedback forum thread has so much response to it. It is littered with different wants and desires and criticisms, which needs to be answered seriously. From endgame players talking about where they are with content and maybe what they want as an endgame player as opposed to what another endgame player wants. So that's the problem. There is so much specifics to this that it may not be a case that if Kabam answer will tick a lot of boxes, but still we need a response, and that is hopefully gonna come very, very soon. Obviously that brings us into this story and talking about AQ timeout, because something happened yesterday and it was not very good. This post at the moment has 16,000 views on it, and a lot of people talking about the future of Corvus Glaive, as many other champions that have the ability to stay alive, maybe close to 1%, 0% coming back alive, and other stuff as well, mainly to do with Corvus if we're being brutally honest. In any case, Kabam Mike has put out a statement saying the following: last night a change to the fight timeout penalty erroneously, I love that word, it went live. Prior to this change, some champions were able to avoid being knocked out when timing out with very low health. This change to the timeout penalty was not intentional at this time, and we're working to revert it right now. It may not be possible for this to go into effect until this AQ is over though. We apologise for the situation and are evaluating appropriate compensation. That said, champions being able to survive a timeout at 1% health is a bug. This breaks a rule of the structure of the game and needs to be addressed someday. This was a fix that we were exploring and was not meant to go live. It was one of a few different solutions we were looking at, and whatever solution we decide to move forward with, we will do with advanced warnings, proper communication, compensation, and not in the middle of AW and AQ, which they did, which was a big no-no. To reiterate, we are not rolling with this change at this moment and don't have a timeline for when we will address this bug or a finalized plan for how. We don't think that this timeout play pattern is fun or healthy for the game and want to fix it, but only after we've done a deeper dive into where the change will make major impacts. And we also want to address the underlying reasons why a player might choose this way to complete content. Conversations around this issue are ongoing and we are working with players as well as the team to address it. We don't have any other information to share on it at this time, but we'll let you know when we do, and we'll give plenty of notice before we institute a fix for this bug. Now, there's a lot to take in from that statement. Obviously, just going quickly further, obviously Kabam Mike says we're looking at compensation right now. Also, extending or removing the clock is an idea we floated. Now, obviously, that's a lot of information to take into consideration. I'm just going to fill people in with the kind of situation for those that don't understand, and as well just going to go and take off some more opinions from other people and then finish off with my own. So, to going to put you in a picture, as said here, Corvus Glaive's dupe ability should absolutely function as written. It could be considered a bug for its ability to work as it currently does. That said, pausing the game and allowing the timer to expire seems to me like a clear exploit. Solution seems very obvious to me. Don't change the current way timing out works. If someone can dance around the length of the fight and survive, more power to them, they earned it. Another point here on the strategy, so someone's saying, are people using this because 1, they genuinely don't have the time to finish a fight, or 2, are they doing this because they're about to die and made a mistake and want to finish and start over and over again? Now, I'm not going to go too deep into this forum post because it does get a little bit kind of toxic in certain places, but obviously the point still remains whether or not you agree or disagree with the fact that obviously Kabam have to test out their game, but could they have done it in a different way? Maybe, possibly, I don't know. I'm not a games developer, but could they have put this into emergency or scheduled maintenance on AQ on Tuesday maybe and tested some of this stuff out? Possibly. Could they have come back with the game and put it into 30-minute timers? Maybe. Could it be a case that they might have found that out then when it wasn't too much of an issue with the last day being so hectic? Maybe, I don't know. At the end of the day, for me looking at this, it is very much a case there's a lot of stuff that is, well, bugs, exploits, and working as intended, and understanding as a player, well, how secure should I feel about stuff that Kabam are doing? Is it a case that they've got a long list of stuff that is what they consider to be bugs, which I would go, well, that's just working as normal, but in the future, it's going to be a case of going like, oh, we can't do this. The Glaive side of things, the Glaive immunity and stuff like that, well, look, he, without the kind of the scepter staff, whatever you want to call it, he is meant to be immune of death, so it kind of works as it's meant to be intended, based on what you'd see on paper and what you know as theory from that character. However, though, that is not the case, and this again, it just comes back to that point that I said at the start of this link, was what stuff should we feel uneasy about in the future because it's actually a bug or an exploit that we don't know about, and that's something to find out. You know, could you say that Heimdall with Intercede is the same kind of principle as somebody said in my live stream last night? That's another thing to kind of like bring to the table. It's a very weird circumstance for it. I understand it's a bug and they've gone, it's a bug, it's an exploit, but at the same time, why should I feel uneasy about this stuff if on paper it looks like it is fine? But I don't know, thoughts in the comment section about this. Do you feel that this is a bug? Do you not feel this is a bug? Are you a bit confused? Are you a bit uneasy? Thoughts in the comment section. And now on to a big announcement, is that I'm going to be doing an Iron Man VR demo run through a little bit later on today. So that'll be the second video. It'll probably be out in the next kind of like 4 to 5 hours. So make sure to go and check that out. It is really, really fun. and I really recommend if anybody's got a PSVR and it's got the kind of like the move controller things to get this. And when it does get released, I'm going to set something up that's going to be really cool, and also kind of like go through the story mode and stuff, and maybe do like some like ongoing episodes. Live streaming is difficult because you can't actually see any live chat. So in normal sense, you'll be able to like turn your hand and see live chat. Doesn't work on this device, but still really looking forward to delivering it to you later on. And that has been your Marvel Contest of Champions news for Friday. Hopefully we get an answer very, very soon from Kabam on the general feedback. If they do anything, I will let you know. I will do a video and all that stuff. Check out some recent content up here. Check out some other content down here and other kind of like channels and stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.